What is going on, guys? T-Tizzle here, bringing you another YouTube video. In today's video, I would like to rank every single sword on Citadelle Morts from worst to best so you guys know what sword to prioritize getting whenever you load into this map. This list is going to be ranked based on how powerful the sword is, how viable the sword is, and finally how easy it is to craft a sword. So if you guys want to know what the best sword to use is, make sure you watch until the end of the video. So by far the worst sword and the most obvious answer is going to be the base sword. The only good thing about this sword is that it is by far the easiest to get. All you have to do is survive until round 10, kill a zombie with the knight helmet, get the stamp, and craft a sword. But after that, the sword has no real special ability and doesn't have a special attack outside of swinging the sword, which makes it by far the weakest to use in the game. After around round 17, this sword no longer one-hits the armored zombies, which makes it useless and not viable beyond round 20, which is pretty underwhelming. And then finally, this sword is by far the worst at taking out the special or elite zombies. Your knife triple pack-a-punch with gold rarity is more powerful than this sword, so you're better off just using that. So due to how weak the sword is, it has earned itself the number 5 spot on this list. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be the lightning sword, but like the next 3 swords, this sword has 3 specific attacks. The first of which is going to be what I call the slash attack, which is just when you are swinging the sword. This is probably the best thing about the sword because this attack does have the ability to have a dead wire effect where you stun all the enemies in a short radius of yourself, which can be really handy when you are caught in a sticky situation. My biggest issue with this is that it is completely random like most ammo mods are, and this is not something that you can depend on. The next attack this sword has is what we will refer to as the special attack, which is the attack you can do with the sword when it is fully charged up. The special attack on this sword is by far the worst out of all of the swords. It is going to shoot a lightning beam out of your sword, which sounds awesome, except for the fact that this attack does not last long at all, does terrible at taking out the elite zombies, and does not have the ability to clear an entire group of zombies, like all the other swords' special attacks do. And then the final attack that all of the swords have is going to be the parry attack. This attack is awesome, but it will be the exact same on all of the swords, so we will not be using this for our rankings. And then finally with this sword, I do find it to be the second hardest or most annoying to upgrade, as the drop rate of the lightning rods can be completely random, which will just kind of waste your time. And then when you put all of the rods into the vase, that can be a difficult step to complete on higher rounds. Now this isn't a bad sword to use and can be viable, but of all the swords in the game, this is one of the least appealing. Coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be the fire sword, which to me is the coolest looking sword in the entire game. This sword was actually the very first one I figured out how to upgrade and is relatively quick and easy when you learn the trick that meleeing the purple-eyed zombies give you full health, making the upgrade a lot easier and extremely fast. The special ability for this sword will basically shoot out 3 fireballs, which does an insane amount of damage, clearing out large groups of zombies with ease, which honestly is just extremely easy and fun to use. Now this special attack does have a drawback, which is you have a pretty significant damage drop off at the later rounds. After round 31, the special attack will stop killing a group of zombies, but instead will just knock them to the ground, which doesn't make this sword too viable at those later rounds. But one upside it has is that it will one-shot the ghast in those later rounds with direct impact, which can be extremely useful. The typical slashing attack is probably the weakest part about this sword, as it doesn't have any real special abilities which can hold this sword back. But due to how easy this sword is to craft, along with how powerful it can be in early rounds, it has earned itself the number 3 spot on this list. Coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be the Lion Sword. Now the Lion Sword is probably my personal favorite, but I won't allow my bias to affect this list. This sword to me has one of the best special abilities, which will almost put you inside of a small windstorm, and any zombie that is in the windstorm will get absolutely annihilated, plus will immediately heal you to full health along with to full armor. This ability has saved my life on this map countless times because you can activate the ability when you get cornered, and it is going to save you every single time. It is almost like the golden plates we had back in Modern Warfare Zombies, if I'm being honest. On top of that, it has the ability to stun any special or elite zombies when they are close to you, allowing you to escape easily or get a few easy hits in on them. And on top of that, I think this is the second easiest sword to craft behind the fire sword, which gives it a boost on the list. So due to how easy the sword is to craft and the amazing special effect it has earned itself the number 2 spot on this list. And then finally coming in at the number 1 spot and the most beloved sword of them all is going to be the Void or Raven sword. This sword is extremely powerful, having the most powerful special ability, which will basically spawn a black hole, sucking in any nearby zombies and killing them, which can save your life or clear any group extremely fast. The special ability really is a get out of jail free card and can allow you to play a little more reckless because you know that at any moment you can activate that special ability and be okay, which is why this sword is so powerful. On top of that, the regular special ability does have a small chance to create other smaller black holes that can easily kill zombies, but the effect doesn't last too long. My biggest issue with this sword is that it is by far the hardest sword to obtain, forcing you to find a random fossil, place that fossil in the spawn room, select the accurate astrology signs that corresponds to the fossil, go to the black hole on the floor, and have the 3 orbs go into that hole in 3 different areas, and only then can you get the Raven sword. This is the sword that I definitely find to be the most tedious, but due to how powerful and rewarding it has earned itself the number 1 spot on this list. But yeah guys, that is going to go ahead and do it for the video. If you guys did find this video useful or entertaining, please let me know by dropping a like, leaving a comment down below telling me what your favorite sword is, and hitting that subscribe button. And with that, I'll catch you guys all in the next one.